you said something about when you started, you didn't have mentors, but then you were able to identify with a few people, a few mentor, um, and you were able to discover yourself. So I would like you to please take us through the journey of how you were able to choose someone and and just confirm with yourself that okay, this person is worthy of being called a mentor to me. And what was the process like for you towards self-discovery? How did you eventually, you know, how were you eventually able to discover yourself along the line of identifying with this mentor and now discovering yourself?
Thank you. I love this question. A couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, I wrote an article titled "Mentors Are Lifesavers," and I'm going to recommend the article for everybody. Just look up "Mentors Are Lifesavers" by Henry Ukazu. It's out there on the internet.
There'll be a link in the description below.
Yes. So in that article, I said there are many things to discover, to look out for when you are looking for a mentor. Sometimes people say they want a mentor, but they fail to realize that everyone is a mentor, but not everyone can be a mentor. Now, just because someone is successful does not make you a mentor. But people will tell you, if you want to get a mentor, make sure he or she is successful financially. Because if he has not made money, if he's why will he teach you to make money? Just like going to school. You go to a business school, you go to Harvard Business School, only business school, and they teach you how to how to manage economy. But they're not rich, they're professors. But I don't buy that line of thought because I have seen people who have wisdom, who have understanding, despite the fact that they don't have that money, but they have good counsel. They can teach you. So in choosing a mentor, the number one thing you have to choose about is what is that change you want to see in your life that you think that they have. That is the most important issue. Look at the vision, the end point, not where you are, but look at the aim. What is that thing you want to change in your life? So, for example, if you want a mentor in politics, you're not going to meet a doctor, or let me say, I'm trying to. If you want to go into politics, you look for someone who's already in politics, and then you work with that person. That person will show you the rhythms. Okay, if you want to be a lawyer, you have to go in that same direction. This is my mentor. He will teach you the whole process and the whole intricacies that comes with it. Or you see, once people say, "Oh, he's my mentor," he's my mentor. Anybody, not everyone can be your mentor. That is one. And then two, again, you have to do some research about the person. You go out there online and see, has there been anything that has been attached to this guy? What are the courses he likes? You have to do your research. Before we came on live right now, I was reading about Moshood MKO Abiola. I was reading about him. And when you read people's autobiography, you will see a lot of stuff about them. So you have to understand the journey of these people and then try to relate their story to yours. And let me just share this with you since I'm on this interview. Do you know that Moshood MKO Abiola, the very first time he ate egg was in his in-laws' house? This was a man that was born with abject poverty. But he had an opportunity to school in Glasgow. Okay, he made a first class in accounting. He was also accepted in that in that accounting they have this certified board in accounting in England, and then before he came back to Nigeria. Now, this was a man that was born in abject poverty. I think he was the 23rd child of the father. And then they gave him that name. I've forgotten the name. There was a name they gave to him. I think Moshood, I can't really remember the name, but it means let us see. Because they believe he was going to die. But at the end of the day, he survived. They now gave him that name Moshood. But what is the point there? If you have been through poverty, nobody is responsible for your poverty. People have been through the same course.
I like that. Yes. I wish you could hammer in on that, but I love that. But please keep going.
Right. So everyone has gone through the same challenge, but they did not stay there. They refused to answer the name, and then they made the name for themselves. So in choosing a mentor, you may wonder, this guy had this path. I want to try this path. So also for my own case, what really changed my own course was that my mentor of mine was in Nigeria. I saw him, he made a comment on Facebook. I liked it. We became friends. Over time, I discovered that we had a lot in common. He came down to the US. He now had a one-on-one interaction with me. And I now discovered that there's so much I can learn from him. And it might surprise you to know that my first corporate job in the US was because of this man. His friend, who was the same high school with him in Nigeria, said, because of you giving this, my friend, an accommodation, I'm going to give you a job. And he helped me. That was how I left the security job. Now, this man not only helped me, he was the one that reviewed my book to what my book is today. He counseled me in so many ways. People see me, I talk, I write. There was a process. Without this man coming to my life, I would be the man you are seeing today. So I had other people that were there, but no one took special interest in me. I saw someone who used emotional intelligence. He did not put me down. Rather, he encouraged me from my own limitations. And today, the story is different. So in choosing a mentor, you have to be intentional and deliberate by asking yourself, what is that thing that I can do that someone has? And also, again, I also most of my friends and even mentees look for a way to add value to your mentor. It's not about give to me.
I love that.
Because they have a lot on their plates. Look for how to subsidize their effort, create for them opportunities, go out there and bring in some for them. Let them see some more value, no matter how little it is, because that time is priceless. But again, that is not what I would do again in this whole interview. It's a process. So, but that article, Mentors Are Lifesavers, will give you more insights.
Yeah,